And after, like, share, and subscribe. Today we got the one and only
Hev.
The original Heavy Donnie Rogers.
Okay.
the original.
The original. Now, can we, since this is your first time on our podcast, we would love for you to start from the beginning of the history of being in Washington.
Where were you born?
I was born right here.
I get it. All right. So you said, we asked you where you were born. You said you was born in Seattle?
Yeah, Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington, Central District area?
Yeah, Central District.
All right.
Right here, 20.
Hospital? Or you were born like actually here?
No, I wasn't born actually here. But
Okay.
I was born in Group Hill.
Group Health?
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Where'd you go to school?
I went to Leshigh. I went to Eckstein. I went to Whitman. I went to Garfield for a moment. Then I went to Rainier Beach.
Oh, okay. Okay. Who were some of the people you went to school with? You know that people would know. You know.
My partner James Earl Brown, rest in peace. Call him JB. He's out of Memphis, Tennessee. We all grew up together. He's from Seattle, but he's from Memphis. Yeah, that's my nigga. Rest in paradise.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
It's a lot of brothers that like the Jeffersons. They my family. Like I'm their family. You know what I'm saying? Because they stay right there on 27th, and yes, so we right up here. I'm 28, 26, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
26.
sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what year was like your class in your high school?
84.
84?
Yeah.
84.
Okay.
What was the texture of
neighborhood?
Yeah, the neighborhood or school, you know what I'm saying, or if Garfield or Rainier Beach or like, you know, in that time.
At the time, it was like it's like everybody in the school is hustling something. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's getting some money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get a fresh pair of shoes, a fresh pair of jeans. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's getting it. You know what I'm saying? We get it here in Seattle. They say we proper. That's so we don't be misunderstood. We want to be properly understood. You know what I'm saying? So we don't talk like squares, like they say. But I bet you they get educated fucking with us. Believe that.
For sure. So talking about like hustling, and you said everybody was doing some type of hustling. What type of hustles were like, you know what I'm saying, like some of the main hustles, like?
Well, me, my brother, 6'9", and my little cousin, 5'9", we used to creep on money bags. We go to businesses.
Creep on money bags.
Yeah, money bags.
What?
Can you
break
explain
break that down for us.
Digging in the safes, you know what I'm saying? Creeping. Just creeping up in the establishment and getting to where it has somebody else, having people go this way while we digging in the safes and get the money.
And that's like what? Like at like mom and pop type stores or?
No, it's like little businesses downtown, the Bon, all that. Creeping.
The Bon Marché?
Yeah, Nordstrom's, everything. We used to creep.
Like, all right, so what would be like the breakdown or something like that? Like, how would that be like set up?
Like I come in and I have a woman, I move the woman all the way over this way. One of us reach around the thing. We ain't going in the thing. We want up under slide the thing back and grab the cases of the jury with all the racks of the jury. And we gone.
Creeping.
That's it was that accessible though, like.
Yes,
Yeah.
like that. With gang, you moving them. You directing them. You keep it in attention this way while we getting down over here. That's called creeping. You understand? We are working. We're working.
Okay. So tell me about I want to know a little bit more about high school. What was the differences in between going to Garfield and going to Rainier Beach at the time?
I went to Rainier Beach because I moved to the South End with my where Mama was at. I went back to where Mama was at, the South.
Okay.
Yeah, South. People.
No, I mean like the difference is like between like the cultures of the schools, like walking in the Garfield, like what are you gonna bump into?
Garfield was more black. It was just, you know, it was black. It was black. It was, you know, bubbling brown sugar, all that. It was black. It's everybody think that, you know, we white people up here. It's niggas up here. Niggas with a lot of good conversation and having money and everything. We educated, and we educate those that need to be educated.
Word. Okay. So you saying at Rainier Beach, what was more going on?
It was slower than it was at Garfield. There was like a lot of squares.
A lot of squares.
Yeah.
Did you go to school around the same time that what's that? I'm trying to think of the year. Around the same time, like what was it? Jeffrey Dahmer's little brother went to school. Is that around the same time?
Was you there when Bruce was there?
Bruce
Bruce
Lee.
Lee.
No, Bruce Lee was at it. That's when my mama got his time.
For real?
Yeah, that was when my mama got his time.
Oh, okay. Okay. What would you say the difference in between the South End and the Central District at that point?
It was really no difference, but you know, saying the CD, I'll say this year, the CD was always together. The South End, we always had, you know, it's like a scramble for togetherness. Because a lot of niggas didn't believe in us, and had a lot of niggas not believing in what we stood for, DWTC at the time, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of niggas was, you know, because niggas was getting high and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But niggas was still about it, but niggas didn't really have a lot of belief and faith up in themselves.
Because do you think that's because it was so big, or?
No, it was because everybody wasn't together like everybody was together out here in the Central District. The Central District, they was always together.
So you kind of introduced DWTC to the fold. Like what does that stand for?
It's called Down with the Crew. We was B-boys. We was tagging back in the days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what started you be from DWTC?
What started us from being that?
Yeah, what started you? How did you get
Because
it?
we
You know what I'm
said-
saying, involved in that?
Because, you know, we was all crews. There was all crews, South End and CD crews, you know what I'm saying? JTC, what is it? J2C? I can't remember, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them.
I wasn't there, baby.
It's a lot of, I know that OSC.
JUN?
Yeah. I don't know.
OSC?
I know y'all, yeah, I know that. But in the Union Streets and all that, you know what I'm saying? These are all my guys, you know what I'm saying? We was folks, we was folks, we was all that's one. You know what I'm saying?
So what is folks?
Well, I mean, because you know, some people here, folks, they don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? The Chicago gang culture made its way up here. So, let's say when was folks introduced to, like, say, you guys as crews? You know what I'm saying? When did that seep into, you know what I'm saying, the culture of Seattle? You know,
Like
around what time?
81, 82. Big Al and them guys, you know what I'm saying? Then Prince Vale and them guys, there's a few dudes from Milwaukee and Chicago.
So,
And they introduced us all to, you know what I'm saying?
okay. Okay, so that was introduced. So you saying Big Al and you said Prince Ray?
No, Prince Vale.
Prince Rail?
Vale.
Okay. Big Al and Prince Vale introduced it. I'm assuming they came up from Chicago with it.
Yeah.
And so after they brought it up here, was it like, what made it easy to latch on or to be like, you know what, this is something we gonna be down with, you know?
Besides,
Because it was different
So there were already Crips and Bloods here?
A few.
And why did you guys want to distance yourself?
Yeah. Why did you not want to be Crips and Bloods? You know?
Yeah.
What was the difference that made you want to be like, you know what? It's not Crips and Bloods we want to do. We want to do this. We want to do Black Gangster Disciple instead of Crips and Bloods.
Because it's different. Because we was rocking black flags.
Like already? Or?
Everybody was already rocking flags. So a lot of dudes was already turning into Bloods and Crips, but a lot of us, didn't do it because, you know, they was acting like they was running our streets. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to be something totally different for them.
So you're saying the Crips and Bloods wasn't from Seattle?
No.
So where are they from? Like
from California.
Okay. What gangs were? I mean, what Crips and Bloods were that was coming up here?
The Pyrus, the Rolling 60s, the 90s. There's a lot of them up here.
Mm. So were they like coming like ones and twos, or like was they coming in kind of like boatloads?
It was coming in boatloads.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
And we gotta have our streets back too, man. Because there was never our streets where our streets wasn't.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, so you said what, 81, 82 around that is like.
Yep, 83.
83. That's when y'all kind of.
Yeah, that's when the cocaine was off the hook then.
That's when it hit like hard,
Yeah.
or that's when it was just at its trying
All
to.
the Crips and Bloods came.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so they came up here with the work, trying to
Mm-hmm.
just kind of shut it down then, or trying to set up shop, I should say.
Because the work was new too, right?
Right.
Okay. What streets were they like kind of trying to, you know, because you know there's a lot of young people walking down streets that they don't understand that, you know what I'm saying, certain people kind of fought that they can walk freely on those streets being a person born in Seattle, you know.
Right. That Cherry Street, they used to try to call that Santana Block. Yeah, on Cherry. Yeah.
Okay.
And behind the Ezels, that was where the Bloods was at.
That's real close.
Yeah, they were.
That's real close. That's shoot.
Yeah.
That's basically damn near staking claim to Garfield, right?
Yeah.
Right, just right over there.
Yeah.
So okay. That makes me wonder like how long did it take to get to kind of, you know, get them out of there? If you know what I'm saying?
It took them over, but we put our work in. I ain't gonna say no names, but me and my niggas, we put our work in. Believe that. It's a lot of folks that you rub shoulders with every day. Believe that.
Well, you know, you don't gotta say who put work in, but you can say who was some real dudes that was around that time. Okay, I ain't mad at that. We here to talk to head. Yeah.
So, are there currently any Crips on Cherry today?
Not that I know of. No.
But you were born in the Central.
Right.
But you're not. You don't claim the Central.
Yeah, I claim Seattle.
Okay, but you're from a Southern. You're from the South End. You're from a South End gang, though.
Yeah, but I'm just like if I was for somebody right here and my family and my niggas was from that way, I'm still Seattle.
Yeah.
I'm not warning against nobody.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it so real so you don't get no misunderstanding what's going on.
Okay.
Believe that. I'm gonna educate you with some real instead of mislead you with some dumb shit.
Okay.
Believe that.
Okay.
I'm for you. Like you for me. You did? We all God's children. You gotta be about each other like we say we are. Mean what you say and say what you mean.
So, can I ask another question? All right. So, when's the first time you got into the pimping culture out here? Got introduced to it.
Pimping was before. Pimping was before we even got into gangbanging. Believe that. We was already having.
It was big.
Huh?
The pimping culture in Seattle was big.
Yeah, it was big. Cause we good. We not gonna get for a bitch around here. Believe that. We not gonna get for a bitch around here. Believe that.
Yeah. So like, was it like where was like the neighborhoods for like pimping out here?
It was on Yesler, but we used to be mostly downtown off of 9th and Pike. There was a little bridge back then where the hoes used to just run up and down the track and the niggas used to go have no bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Dogs and bitches over here.
Me and my little brother 6'9" and the Big F and my cousin Blake, believe it, we used to go have hoes. These niggas, we've been at they bitch like Josh every day. Niggas used to kidnap our bitches and put fake signs talking about your bitches with us. It was a force thing, it was a choice thing. We from out the mouth, really. There's no hands on them. Believe that.
Yeah. Non-contact sport.
Yeah.
As they say.
It's really out your mouth.
Bluetooth.
Yes. Period.
Back in.
Yeah.
So you said who was? I mean, who was some of the people that you looked up to that was out here? I would say before you kind of like got your feet wet or got in the game. Who was some people that made you be like, you know what? That's the kind of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I can see myself.
My God, Uncle DJ, man, believe that.
Uncle DJ?
Yeah, Uncle DJ, man. He's a boss, man.
He from Seattle?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Oh, man. And he'll give you what you need mentally. Just sit you down and give it to you. It'll all be right there, just like he said. I love that. He said, no hard. Ain't nothing hard to do it. Ain't nothing hard to do it. Just put your foot in front of the other and get it.
Come on.
He said, you gotta put your work in. He said, that's the only way you're gonna get it by putting your work in. And he instilled that into me when I was younger, man, and that's all it's been. It's been what I want. If you're natural money, you're gonna have it.
Burger King, out your way.
I want to ask a question. We know you're not actively pimping right now, but we want to know how many hoes have you ever had at one time?
Probably like 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah. Be 3 deep, you know what I'm saying? 3 deep, 2 deep. It wasn't hard now. There wasn't nothing to have a bitch, man. I'm telling you. It wasn't nothing to have a bitch. Nothing. Believe that.
So, and that was that something that like you were a part of before the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and a lot of my niggas.
Okay. So.
See, they used to call us tennis shoe pimps back in the day, so we used to be in our tennis shoes. Mashing up bitch around.
Tennis shoe pimps.
Yeah, it was our tennis shoes, pimping. Fresh top 10 Adidas and all that.
Come on.
Oh, okay. Because but the older guys probably had on like some spats or something like that.
Suits.
They used to call it a tennis shoe pimp show. So me and my nigga Smack Water Jack and all of them.
That's a cold name. That's a cold name. Every time I hear that name, I'm like, that's a cold name.
Backwater Jack!
Yo,
That nigga got hands too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a legendary handsmith.
I heard a nigga call him a white boy. He just knocked that nigga out. Said, white boys do you like this?
All right. Let's move forward a little bit more. So what areas? I mean, I know you know what I'm saying, you claim Seattle, but what areas did, like, you know what I'm saying, if they was to, you know, if somebody was, you know what I'm saying, to recollect or be around, like where would they have seen you back in the day more often, you know?
Over here or over there, either one. I can go anywhere.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is there any particular, like, you know, blocks or something that you would kind of, you know, okay, if I'm in this CD where I might be more on around this way, you know, or if I'm over here, I might be more around this way, or.
When I be in the CD, when I used to come to the CD all the time back in the days when I was younger, right?
Mm-hmm.
I used to go to 28th and Jackson to the park and fuck with my niggas every day. Yeah, shit on God. You know?
Okay. Out south, like.
In the south now, I just be right there in my little place, in my hood, right there in the Lakeshore Village. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I was told there was a, you know, you had a nickname that was connected to you personally for right over in that neighborhood. Other than Heavy, because of your name, Mr.
Oh, Mr. Henderson. Yeah, Mr. Henderson. I was Henderson. 53rd. No problem, Mr. Henderson.
53rd and Henderson.
Yeah.
And they call you Mr. Henderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, last name's Henderson.
I am Mr. Henderson.
What's your last name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Lakeshore, what is it?
It's so project.
I heard you say something about Lakeshore. Can you tell us what like Lakeshore is and like you know what it is?
Yeah, it's a low income apartments. You know what I'm saying? That's in the south end of Seattle, right by Rainier Beach High School, off of 53rd in Henderson.
That's real seasons.
Okay. This I like the way this is going. How about
All right, good question.
got a question?
I want to ask you, what do you think caused all the black people to be gentrified and sell their houses and move out? First it was Renton, then it was Kent, then it was Tacoma, now it's Seattle. What do you think caused that, and what do you think black people could have did to prevent from losing, like, you know, our roots in the Central District of Seattle?
I'd say it all began like with the drugs, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And they was getting them, you know, they see that they be high for the drugs, and they was getting their houses for a little or nothing.
So essentially what you're saying is you felt like the black people, or some black people that was using drugs, and the white people kind of capitalized. They needed the money, so they pretty much offered them some little cheese. Say their house was worth $300,000, they might offer them like $150,000, and they need the money. They just sell their house, even not knowing they're getting bought, just so they can get that change to deal with their habit and move out.
I've seen a lot of people selling like that.
Mm.
It's like predatory. I'm a realtor, but that's like predatory buying. Like they see you're down, you need some cash. They'll shoot you 25-30% what your shit's worth, but you need the money, so you're stuck. So you just take it, and then you look like they're gonna flip your shit and make an 80% profit.
Yeah.
And then look at the community.
Mm.
What do you think we could have did to prevent that, as a whole, like as a black community?
Everybody could have been coming together like we should have been coming together, and then we could have prevented that.
Have you ever seen the city this white? I don't even know the answer.
That's a real question.
Have you ever seen 3 and 4 to 5 people, just white people, just running with their dogs at like 11:30 at night?
Hell no.
It's the craziest shit I've ever seen, dog.
Yeah.
What type of stuff? Like, what would have been the
average night?
Yeah. What would have been the scope? Like, you know what I'm saying, on a 20 years ago, walking down one of these back streets, you know what I'm saying, city or south end, you know what I'm saying. Well, I mean, what would have been the visual, you know, or even a daytime visual, just walking down the street, like, you know, what would have been regular to be seen, you know.
Man, I was just telling this. Back in the day, you walk down these old back streets, you gotta be careful. If you're not even known, they gonna get to know you. They gonna get to know you. Yeah. And where you from and what's going on.
So there's a whole lot of temperature checking going on.
Oh, believe me. They don't know you.
Man. So okay. So what would have been this? What would have been the situation to see a random white dude just walking down the street?
Niggas would have been just, probably bopping over side his head or something, checking him for his money, digging in their pockets.
Now they just run freely though.
He said they would have been just digging in their pockets.
Yes, sir. I remember them.
Yeah, they feel comfortable. They're comfortable now.
They don't even cross the street no more. I kind of want to get a little bit more back into your life and who you are. What do you have any? Have you what? Have you done anything to Have you ever experienced prison or jail?
Yeah, I've been in the penitentiary.
You have.
Yeah,
How many times?
3 times.
Can you elaborate on the charges, or you know what I'm saying?
Possession with intent to deliver, and I got caught with on a delivery, and then I had a possession.
It's all drug related.
Yeah,
What kind of, can I ask you what kind of drugs?
cocaine, rocks. Downtown used to just be like, wow, so much money.
Third. You talking about McDonald's?
Used to be like,
Yeah,
wow,
Bobby
not
Donnie.
for real. So much money.
I was gonna ask you about that. About downtown. What? When did downtown become a hub of it just being like so much money? It just being a gold mine for, inner city, kids from the actual neighborhoods to just go down there and just.
That's what the clubs are.
It just been like that for a while because everybody used to go down there and just talk for money back in the days. And have hoes and set hoes down through downtown. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We used to catch bitches at the Greyhound bus station and bitch didn't make it to their people. She just want to get some money. She chose.
Say catch them at the Greyhound station. Ask them if they want to get some money, and they chose.
They used to choose at the clubs and everything.
Choosing season? Was it choosing fees?
Oh yeah, it's choosing fees. We was getting what we can get up with bitches.
Yeah, you gotta pay your fee to
If you-
fuck with me.
Right.
That part?
Right, but we was going on commissary, saying bitches would just get it because, it was white bitches that just getting money from niggas.
Oh, there's nobody?
Tricks and, they reaching them hoes. They want to get you some money.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
So you're an elder Reachman.
Yes.
What I have to be thinking about it. So what type of stuff do you you grow up? What type of stuff that you look? I'm gonna go to childhood again a little bit more. What type of stuff that you look forward to as a child growing up in the Seattle area? Like events or stuff like that.
Like the Black Festivals.
Black
Black
Festival.
Festivals, yeah.
What?
It used to be, the Black Festival used to just be,
Where was it held when you was younger?
the Black Festival would be at Junkins Park.
At Junkins still. Okay. The parade too.
Parade come through right through here right now. Cherry.
Okay.
I came down from about Union all the way up to here.
All the way up to MLK.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it used to be a big ass loop.
Yeah.
Be Jackson everywhere.
That's what's up. Was there anything ever significant or that stuck out that happened? Any type of events or crazy things that happened at the Black Festival back when you was young that really stood out?
Oh yeah, we used to have bop outs back in the days. We'd be dancing and we used to be bopping. You know what I'm saying? And so it used to be,
It was the meeting grounds or something.
Yeah, the Black Festival is where everybody get called out. Say if you can't bop, you get ate up. You ate up.
So it was like you got served.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah,
Basically.
the B-boy. That was real
B-boys. That was about real B-boys.
Wow.
Gangsters too.
That's crazy though. Like to think, you know what I'm saying? Like
They're going head up afterwards.
at the Black Festival, just nigga, you know what time it is.
You guys just served this.
Yeah, nigga.
Right.
What would y'all do like to get prepared for it? Like you and your crew per se, like you know, like
Just be a few people who I used to like my partner Snake. You know what I'm saying? I used to bop with my nigga Snake. You know, we used to be together all the time. And me, him, and Mad Dog used to be together, but Mad Dog didn't know how to bop. Just me and Snake knew how to bop. You know what I'm saying? With Snake then. I mean, not Mad Dog. So we used to just, you know, wherever we see somebody, everybody knew, they heard about you. You know what I'm saying? Like his dad, Big Ronaldo, rest in paradise. They might say Ronaldo's the shit. Ronaldo got these moves, so now they gonna try to come and see Ronaldo. Ronaldo gonna be eating their ass up though. Ronaldo was filthy. So
We had to be.
their ass
I
up.
still miss it.
his son ain't got no gigs though. No.
We used to have fun, man, doing that shit. It was fun, man. We used to go to clubs and, man, everybody used to have a ball anyway, because I'm telling you, we was so good off the mouth, so we move with everything. We can dance.
I'm about to say, hey, y'all can dance. Nigga about to win and that motherfucker come through killing it. With a name for dancing in the street shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a guy. That's what's up. So cats would have they bop. I was like, okay, what would it? You and Snake.
The boys always used to want to fight us, you know what I'm saying, because they couldn't fuck with us, you know what I'm saying. The Samoans, they'd try to.
Can you tell me what side of the Samoans? What side of town
Where
was
is
they
that?
from?
Yeah.
Out the South, man, out of Holly Park.
Okay.
What I want to know like more like what's like what would be like y'all get up, like, you know what I'm saying? Say you gotta, you know the Black Festival is coming up.
Yeah.
Nigga, we got Snake, come on man. We gotta go get the outfits. Was y'all like matching or no, you wasn't even going that far with it?
No.
But was cats doing that though?
Yeah, some folks was, you know,
Okay.
a lot of folks was doing that. Yeah. But that'd be a lot of squares that be coming in and try to learn how to, like, they not a bot, but you know what I'm saying? Squares, they'll try to be matching. We used to call them clowns, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it was like that matching for like more of like a different style of type of, you know, b-boying, or is bopping more of like a singular type of thing?
Yeah, singular.
Oh, okay. It's not like a unison type.
No,
Okay, it's just me and my nigga got gigs.
If you got a partner, you guys are both filthy, you guys are gonna come together, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, we used to be wearing sheepdogs and shit like that back in the day.
Sheepdogs?
Yeah, these jackets called sheepdogs. We used to rock sheepdogs.
What them look like?
And Lee jeans with the shell toe Adidas and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? With the fat Patrick Ewing jean shoes and all that shit. That's how we was running. They call us thugs. We was called thugs back in the days. The bitches didn't like us until now. You know what I'm saying? Because now they digging thugs in a whole nother way. Some different thug shit going on.
It was commercialized a little bit, and
Yeah.
so now they went on.
Yeah, now they on.
Yeah.
A lot of bitches used to hate us, they thugs. But we always crap and got up in our business because we always had something to say to, you know, draw a bitch up into our business, you know what I mean?
That's what's up. Who's some of the people that had some of the who's some people that you can note that was like some of the best boppers though? That you got, everybody had to kind of give props to.
His pops Ronaldo.
Okay.
Yeah, Ronaldo. And my nigga Boo McKnight used to bop, and my nigga Dennis McDaniels. And
Dennis.
yes. It's a whole bunch of niggas, man. That was filthy, man. My partner Malcolm, and this fat nigga named, he was called Retarded Tut. He was
nasty.
very fat. Huh?
He was nasty.
Yeah.
Just fat.
Yeah.
He got gigs.
Yeah. He was filthy. And Fat Spencer's fat ass too. Yeah, Big Spencer was filthy. Yeah.
Fat bitches, fat ass. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Used to wave it off to his body, his big ass body.
Man, I only imagine that shit, man. That's crazy.
Oh shit.
So I kind of want to move a little bit forward again and kind of go into just the understanding like what jails or Washington prisons have you been into, or have you been in any federal penitentiaries, or just no? So like what penitentiaries have you been into in Washington State?
New Island, Monroe.
Which one of those you think would be was like the, like you said, Sheldon too?
Yeah.
Which one of those would be like the one that you think that like is like, you know, be ready when you walk into more than another one?
Monroe.
Monroe.
Yeah. I ain't never been to Walla Walla, but this is that Walla Walla too.
Okay. So like, what was it like for your first time walking in there?
Because I've been there where motherfuckers they got life or lifers. You got
Lifers.
And I'm in closed custody.
So can you recollect? Can you remember like the first time you ever walked in there? Like you walked in there and like what happened, what it was like?
I see my niggas, a bunch of my niggas. I see a bunch of my niggas is up there. You know what I'm saying? They rushing nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it wasn't like, so it wasn't as bad for you upon walking in there, but so what would it have been like for a person that, you know, didn't have the same stature as you? You know, I mean, not like physical stature, but, you know, that didn't come with the same type of stripes as you, you know?
They get a chance. They can get a chance on the penitentiary. You get a chance. You just gotta represent yourself. Yeah. Gotta represent yourself. You gotta show you who you is. Don't be no more than what you say you is. Just be who you are. Niggas get a chance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's cool.
So all the Jews that get their ass busted, them is faggots.
You said all the dudes what?
That's getting fucked in the penitentiary is faggots.
Oh, you said they already was.
They're indulging in that shit, you know what I'm saying? So they ain't taking no ass like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's well.
Niggas on boats.
Big man. So you witnessed, like, you know, without saying who, have you witnessed like either like riots, fights, you know, stabbings, killings, any of that type of stuff in there?
I seen a few niggas get sliced up, you know what I'm saying? Not hope, but just sliced up, you know
What, they face or something? Or?
Yeah, they face and all their bodies, and you know what I'm saying? But
That was like a thing out here? Cause I heard about that like in New York, like getting $150.
No, I'm talking about in the penitentiary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like in New York prisons, like, you know, they had like in the 90s they had a big thing about slicing cats' faces and stuff like that, you know, with little razors and stuff. That was going on out here also?
Yeah. It was good niggas.
What type of stuff would you know, grant you to get sliced or something like that out here?
Rapist or a snitch, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, they putting a little mark on them or something?
Yeah, they not a little mark.
Well, you know what I mean, like just putting them.
He said a little mark, not a little mark.
Yeah, get their ass, you know what I mean?
That's crazy. But all right, we can move forward from out of here. Well, while you were in there, what do you think was like one of the biggest things that, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, what was like the mentality of like, you know what I'm saying, for you, in there that, you know what I'm saying, like gave you a push to want to, you know, be back home? Because, you know, you hear about a lot of people being institutionalized and kind of finding themselves in a realm where they like, even when they get almost free, they find themselves doing something or do something to end up having to stay. Right. Like, you know, what gave you your push that makes you want to be like, you know what, I got to get back home. I got to get back to the streets.
You can't get no money up in the penitentiary. You ain't got no freedom on the penitentiary. I'd rather be on the streets. But, broke instead of being in a penitentiary.
Right.
Believe that.
Yeah.
I love the freedom. I love the freedom, baby. I love freedom.
You said I love freedom.
Come on. Okay. So I'm trying to think of some so okay. Let's say after you get out, you know what I'm saying? So you saying the 80s was looking more like there was a lot of, so let's go into more of like the mid 90s-ish. Like, what was like the temperature like out here around that time? Like, you know?
Just money thing. Everybody getting money. Kind of like all that gangbanging shit kind of just like spread it out. It just stand out. And everybody got back to getting the money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folks got a better understanding of who we are right here in Seattle.
Yeah. That was, and this is during like kind of like getting the Crips and Bloods like off of Cherry and all that kind of stuff, or this is like after?
This is like after.
Okay.
And this is now everybody's getting money, but now them guys ain't getting the money like how we getting the money.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you something, a lot of niggas was networking with them though.
Yeah. I mean, they was coming up with the work,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
so, you know, a lot of niggas, certain niggas was getting deals and, you know what I'm saying, was working with them and they was having money. And so, the nigga was having money, so he didn't have nobody to get them from, so until you had to fuck with one of them, you know? Because they had it.
so ultimately, they ended up being around, just not kind of running shit.
Not running.
And that was the Cali Crips and Bloods?
Yeah.
Okay. So because you said you're in the 90s right now, right?
Yeah.
So what was just like the vibe, just being black in Seattle in the 90s? What was it just like? Like when you go outside, just being black, what was the vibe?
Like for most people that was, you know what I'm saying, that was always into that activity, that other activity, right, with the gunplay, they had to watch out. And so, you know, certain individuals that you fucked with back in them days, you know what I'm saying, might, you know, had a situation. And so, it just got, man, like, I hope this nigga ain't did nothing where I have to come out, I'm walking out with this nigga and then I'll catch something that's meant for this nigga, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get hit by no association. I want my own, for, you know,
what's for me.
Yeah.
I just want what's for me, y'all.
Yeah. So back then, I used to just always have to be about myself, like, be solo, you know what I mean? Fuck with bitches, have bitches with me, more than have a nigga with me, because niggas had problems, and I didn't want nobody else's problems but my own.
Yeah. Besides that, like, what was, like the police, like, how did they treat you guys, you know, when you guys came outside back then?
Well, you know, they do a lot of that racial profiling, you know what I'm saying? They was always, because they knew it. They knew some of us, you know what I'm saying? We've been all in the gang files and shit like that, you know what I mean? And so, they knew us, and then, you know what I'm saying, they make it to be officers, sergeants and shit like that. They come from, you know, they come fucking with us, you know what I'm saying? So, a nigga get profile, racial profile, you know what I'm saying? Because they knew you from the gang files and shit, you know?
I heard you touching on you know, not wanting to get hit for nobody else's shit. Like, have you ever been shot or stabbed?
Yeah, I've been shot.
How many times?
shot twice. Once in my foot and once right here in my leg.
Mm. What about stab?
Yeah, I've been stabbed. I've been stabbed in my neck. You know what I'm saying? I met a bitch that this nigga that, you know what I'm saying, was a sucker. He was a sucker for this broad. And I didn't know this nigga would stab me in my neck while I'm in my van. Got him in the van and we chopping it up. But this nigga wore the Christmas grain and stabbed me in the neck about a bitch. That didn't even give him no money or nothing. And so me and I beat the nigga about the car, right? Cause I had a little Mariners bet, so I beat the nigga about the car because the knife it broke, it snapped.
In your neck?
No, not in my neck.
Oh.
It broke when it hit the ground.
Okay.
It was weak, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I beat the nigga about the car and all that and got to the hospital.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What happened when you got shot?
It was because me and a young nigga, it was a nigga that was playing and I guess these niggas had to pump him up, you know what I'm saying, to you know, beat somebody. So the nigga shot me. Cause he was listening to what some other niggas were saying. Because he got beat up.
Oh, he got beat up by you?
Yeah.
So he wasn't trying to just come back and try to catch another fade. He just rather just shoot.
Yeah.
Well, when do you think guns? When do you recollect guns were like you know, brought to the, you know, to the forefront? Like when people start shooting it out here.
We always had guns. We always.
I mean, like when it's shooting, like get like.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, it's like more in the 80s.
Okay, that's early. It's pretty early. All right, well, you know, we about to wrap it up. We got a little bit close. We down to our last 10 minutes. So I want to end it like, you know what I'm saying, on a positive note though, you know. So, is there anything like that you would say like throughout your life that if you had, not really regret, but if you had an opportunity to do it again, you know what I'm saying, you would probably, you know what I'm saying, choose a little differently?
Yeah, I would.
Last 5 minutes.
I would have, you know, I probably would have went to the penitentiary. I would probably just do what I was going to do in life. Just, you know, start cutting hair. You know, the dope game swallowed it again, and it was good money. So I got caught up. That's why I wish I never went to the penitentiary. Because a nigga wanted to have a license permit, a gun permit, and all that type of shit, you know what I mean? I ain't got that shit, none of that.
So what's something that you want to, you know what I'm saying, if you can give a message to the, you know what I'm saying, to the youth that's watching this, you know what I'm saying, that might glorify something that, you know what I'm saying, or a lifestyle that, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, that's being influenced on them, that they think that is cool. What's a message that you think that you would want to tell them, you know what I'm saying, from your, you mind saying how old you are?
Yeah, I'm 53 this year.
53?
Yeah.
53 from 53rd.
Come on.
You know? So, you know what I'm saying?
He made it.
Yeah. For real. But so, you know what I'm saying, on the year you're 53, about to be 54.
I'm about to be 53.
Oh, you're about to be 53. Okay, yeah. So what's something that you would want to tell young people that, you know what I'm saying, from your 53 years of experience out here, you know what I'm saying, and just being around and being a part and all of that with the, you know what I'm saying, whole culture of Seattle, you know?
Don't glorify this shit. It ain't real. You get caught up in a lot of shit. Glorifying all the wrong things. And you're not about it. And you can't do the timing of that. Don't do it. Live a real life.
It's good work.
That's it. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely, we gonna post this. We gonna let the people be able to, you know what I'm saying, dissect it, and we hope that everybody, if you got questions or, you know what I'm saying, or however you feel it, if you know them, or, you know, you to drop a comment, like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you tuning in to Drip City's interview series. You know what I'm saying, the originals, you know. Thanks for watching. Thank you again for being a part of this. You know what I'm saying, for being our first guest on the show. Thanks for, you know what I'm saying, all my guys that came through and showed love, that, you know what I'm saying, was a part of asking, you know what I'm saying, a lot of really good questions, you know what I'm saying, to get some good stuff. So thanks again. Tune in. I go by the name of Spaceman. This podcast go by the name of Dear New Seattle, Drip City. Tune in, stay focused, you know what I'm saying, stay on your on the top of your game, you know what I'm saying. Love yourself. Y'all have a blessed one. Peace out.